You're watching ESPN's Holiday Hoops, presented by Kay Jewelers.
Lon Kruger's got the folks in Norman excited. The Oklahoma Sooners off to a 7-1 start to this season. And Stephen Pledger coming off a 22-point performance against Arkansas in a rout of the Razorbacks last time out. Tonight, they'll get a Houston Cougars team led by their inside-outside threat, Alandis Harris. Holiday season in Oklahoma City, the Sooners and the Cougars. Welcome to the Ramada All-College Classic, part of Holiday Hoops, presented by Kay Jewelers. And tonight from the Chesapeake Energy Arena in Oklahoma City, the Houston Cougars take on the Oklahoma Sooners. With Doug Gottlieb, I'm Mark Kestisher. We'll have Oklahoma State and New Mexico a little bit later here, but our first game, how about Oklahoma? 7-1. You surprised by that start?
I'm not surprised they're 7-1. I'm surprised that 6 of those wins are by 10 or more. Matter of fact, 5 of those wins are by 15 or more. They're not just beating people, they're beating them into submission. Lon Kruger has changed the energy of Oklahoma's program just 8 games in.
As for James Dickey's in his second season with the Houston Cougars, they're 4-4 on the season, but Doug, those 4 losses by a combined 7 points.
And they had 6 losses last year by 5 or less points. This is a team last year that lost 12 of their last 13 games. So it's the little things that mean a lot for the Cougs in order to put them over the top. Both teams have beaten Arkansas. Both teams have some athletic talent, but Oklahoma obviously has shown the ability to win games so far early this season.
Let's see what Doug Gottlieb is focusing in our one-on-one here.
All right, let's look at the most talented offensive players. I know that Alandis Harris is the leading scorer, but I think Jonathan Simmons is the key to Houston's offense. He's averaging 24 a game past 2 games, has hit 6 threes combined in the past 2 games, a very athletic junior college transfer. And Stephen Pledger, the numbers just jump out at you. 57% from the field, 47 for 3, averaging 18 a game, and he's putting the ball on the deck more this year for the Sooners.
Let's take a look at tonight's starting lineups. They're brought to you by Ramada. For Houston, they got a change in the lineup as it'll be J.J. Thompson and Leon Gibson and Alandis Harris and Joseph Young. Both of them are going to come off the bench. Let's check out our Oklahoma lineup at 7-1. They're not changing anything. And Sam Grooms, who came from a junior college, he's really settled things at the point guard spot.
I think that the difference in Oklahoma is Grooms at the point and Osby inside. Romero Osby provides some athleticism, some toughness for the Sooners, just badly needed.
Duke Edsel, Terry Davis, Brett Smith, our officials, and we are underway. First game of the 76th annual Ramada All-College Classic here in Oklahoma City. And a look at Sam Grooms, number 1. And in the post, the turnaround from Andrew Fitzgerald. He's been off to a good start, missing on his first opportunity there. It's going to be a different look, Doug, for Houston without Joseph Young running things as J.J. Thompson works the point, number 3 in red.
And it's always challenging to go against a Lon Kruger defense because they switch 1 through 3 or 1 through 4 depending on your lineup. Meaning when you try and screen, it eliminates the ability to screen your offense because they switch.
Yeah, Gibson missing on the shot. By the way, Gibson and Thompson, this is their first collegiate starts for Houston. Scoreless in the opening minute in Oklahoma City. Told you, Sam Pledger, wearing number 2, has really been lighting it up as of late. Doug mentioned he's done it from the perimeter. It's like they're not going to let Fitzgerald beat them in the post. And off the foot, out of bounds, 9 to shoot for Oklahoma. Seven on the shot clock on this possession. 3 to shoot. Osby doesn't get it off, but in play, Duke Edsel says, let's keep going.
And you notice that Sam Grooms did not shoot the ball even though he was open. One thing the Oklahoma coaching staff, to a man, have said is, though he's been running the team very efficiently for a junior college transfer, he needs to look to score more as we get into conference play. Teams are going to make him take shots, especially end of shot clock.
Here's Thompson getting that start. Little floater goes in for J.J. Thompson. He's a freshman out of Irving, Texas.
And Thompson, who James Dickey told me before the game, we don't think he's ever afraid of the moment. He also helps Young play without the basketball. He's more of a combo guard. I think he's got the toughness to be their point guard of the future, maybe their point guard of the present.
Here he comes leading up this Houston Cougars team. And here's another good-looking freshman who'll get to the line, Tayshawn Thomas. They're calling an offensive foul.
And that one's really on Thompson. Like, Tayshawn Thompson can get called for the offensive foul, but you give it to a big guy there, he's kind of in a bad spot. I didn't think that's a charge. Pledger didn't take it over the center of his body. He was moving slightly to his left. But still, if you're going to give it to a big guy, give it to him. All he has to do is catch it and go up with it. He doesn't have to worry about a little guy being underneath.
Sooners still looking for their first points of this game now, over 2 minutes in. They'll go to the perimeter, and Fitzgerald missing. Nice save by Pledger. There's a long three by Clark. Oklahoma's been living by 3 points early in this season, the three-point shot.
And that's really how Lon Kruger coached at UNLV.
As Simmons scores for Houston.
A very athletic junior college transfer, best when his body and his game is going towards the basket. He shot the ball well recently, but that's not as much his game as that last finish was.
Nice move by Grooms, fouled by J.J. Thompson, his first.
Simmons has 6 threes past 2 games, but in transition, long, athletic, makes up ground with the spin move and just uses his body, and Cam Clark cannot recover. I mean, granted, it's Texas State, it's Texas A&M Corpus Christi, but still, when you get to this time of the year, especially considering they lost those close games, as you pointed out, Kesty, they needed somebody to step up and say, all right, close games, get me the basketball. Simmons is really feeling his oats now in his first year playing Division I hoop.
Oklahoma 0 for 6 from the field, and now 1 for 2 at the free throw line, their first point of the game.
And this is where you find out if Thompson has it. They're going to full court, man-to-man, occasionally run and jump press.
With Thompson, he's a pure point guard, looks to pass, and now Thibodeau lost it off his leg, and that's going to go across. James Dickey in his second year as the head coach of the Houston Cougars, 12th year as a head coach, and certainly knows these parts of Oklahoma. Longtime Eddie Sutton assistant. Longtime
assistant at Oklahoma State, assistant actually at Arkansas under Eddie Sutton as well. A head coach last at Texas Tech, and took the Red Raiders to the last Southwest Conference championship ever in that league. 32-2 team that ended in the Sweet 16.
Tayshawn Thomas got a hand on that one. Sooners still looking for their first field goal. This is Clark. That's a deep 2. It'll go for 2 points in the first field goal and 7 tries for Oklahoma.
And Cam Clark is a good jump shooter. He can, because of where he shoots the basketball at 6'6", almost behind his head, he can get it off whenever he wants. It's more about shot selection than it is about if he can get a shot off.
Doug, this Houston team, we mentioned they've lost so many close games, but it seems like James Dickey, and here's one of the points I was about to bring up, pretty good recruiter. Tayshawn Thomas, one of those, and they got a couple of kids coming in as well. That's a program that seems to be on the rise.
Yes, it's a program that's recruiting very well within the state of Texas.
Pledger for 3.
Stephen Pledger is known as a lights-out, dead-eye jump shooter. Hits a catch-and-shoot 3, shooting at a 47% clip. That's good for 4th in the country at this point in the season.
That's his 18th of the year. Thompson shedding his defender. And in transition, here comes Oklahoma. Boy, Grooms, nice penetrator, can't finish there. Out of bounds to Houston. Well, the Cougars got an early lead here, but the Sooners have tied it at 6 in the opening 5 minutes.
Regenerative brakes, capturing energy. Stop-start technology, saving fuel. Regenerative.
You gonna do that the whole trip?
No. Optimize aerodynamics engaging.
The new Buick LaCrosse with e-Assist, the most fuel-efficient car in its class. And now, sign and drive this 2012 Buick LaCrosse with e-Assist for $318 per month with nothing due at signing.
Chuck Norris is a hunter, but Chuck Norris does not hunt. Hunting would imply the possibility of failure. There are 10 million people in the world of Warcraft because Chuck Norris allows them to live.
I'm Chuck Norris, and I approve this game.
World of Warcraft. Try it free at warcraft.com.
What's your game?
Talk about easy. I just ordered this laptop online. Now I'm picking it up right here.
Looks like Santa's got some competition this year, huh?
Yes, he does. Ho, ho, ho.
Shop BestBuy.com and get free shipping on everything, or pick it up at any store the same day. And right now, get the Samsung laptop for just $379.99 at Best Buy.
Nicholls State, North Carolina at 7, and Davidson, Kansas at 9, Monday on ESPNU.
ESPNU's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Ramada. DirecTV, if you call yourself a sports fan, you gotta get DirecTV. And by Geico, 15 minutes can save you 15% or more on car insurance. In Oklahoma City, tied at 6. Sooners missed their first 6 field goal attempts. Stephen Pledger hit a 3 to tie it. And we are tied at 6. Headed to the Houston Cougars huddle, as this is a club that you see sitting on the bench, number 2, Alandis Harris, their leading scorer at 16 points a game. Joseph Young, their starting point guard, at just about 10 points a game. Maybe James Dickey trying to shake things up on a team that's dropped 4 or 5.
Yeah, there was something. I was discussing things with him, and he just kind of pointed out, hey, Harris and Young aren't going to start today. We are going to try and shake things up. We want Young to play off the basketball a little bit, but I think there may be something a little bit more at work. You're coming off of finals week. My guess would be not particularly happy with either attitudes or little things that don't go on at practice, and a great way to clean them up is sit them on the bench early in a nationally televised game.
And on the putback, cleaning it up is Leon Gibson, who got the start with Harris and Young out. We got to look at Alandis Harris, and I'm not going to read into a yawn, but you're a guy who started. It's not as easy coming off the bench. It's a different mentality.
I hated it, and yet it was used every year I played at Oklahoma State to motivate me.
Clark knocks down the jumper.
And I always felt like, and I did have a tendency to play pretty well off the bench. I always felt like that was like I never want to play well off the bench, because then they'll think, well, okay, well, you play well off the bench.
Fouled from behind, and Stephen Pledger will get tagged. That is his first foul of the game. Coming up Sunday, ESPNU has more college basketball. First at 1 Eastern, 2 of the top women's teams in the nation will take to the court. Number 3, Notre Dame, 7th ranked Kentucky. That's at 1 Eastern. And then at 3 Eastern, Loyola Marymount visits Florida State. Holiday Hoops presented by Kay Jewelers on ESPNU Sunday afternoon. And LMU already wins over UCLA and St. Louis this year. The UCLA win's not as spectacular as it was to open the season.
Yeah, and St. Louis, of course, they stayed out there after beating this Oklahoma team by 20 points in the finals of the 76 Classic. But there are some good wins that have been had by the West Coast Conference. Good wins by the Big 12 today. Baylor goes into BYU and gets win. A&M takes one on the chin to the Florida Gators, but Baylor playing very well. Missouri obviously playing outstanding basketball.
There's Joseph Young. Before that, you saw Alandis Harris checking in. So the true starting 5, or at least what was the starting 5 for most of the year for Houston, is in. And Tyler Neal, wearing number 15 in white for the Sooners, has been big. Here's a shot from Osby, no good.
Not a good shot from Osby. I know he can shoot that mid-range shot, but on the first touch, probably not what Lon Kruger wants.
Here's Thibodeau, a 3-pointer from the corner. Doesn't get the roll, and Osby has the rebound. Now that is one of the aspects for Lon Kruger. We had a chance to talk to him before the game. Wasn't his team last year, but this was a team that really suffered on the rebounding. They're worst in the Big 12, and they're almost a +10 this year so far. Out of bounds going to Houston.
And some of that is attitude. I mean, the team just has a different feel to it. Some of it, in fairness to Jeff Capel, is the fact that Romero Osby wasn't eligible. He transferred in from Mississippi State. And there was still kind of a hangover from everything that had gone down with Tiny Gallen and some of the other players the year before for Oklahoma, which was a season that began with such promise, the #1 overall recruiting class, and ended up in such terrible shape.
There going to say last touch by Oklahoma. It'll be Houston ball.
Really negative momentum for the program, but there are some talented players. Cameron Clark was just a freshman last year. Fitzgerald didn't have Osby to help him out. Fitzgerald, a little undersized, below the rim guy. And Capel would tell anyone who listens, Osby is our best player in practice every day. So it's not a surprise that Jeff Capel's sitting in the Duke locker room watching this game saying, I told you so.
Simmons missing on the shot. Oklahoma went 27 and 36 in 2 years. And the alley-oop and the finish to Cameron Clark. Of course, that record also after Blake Griffin went into the NBA. See if Houston has an answer. Simmons for three.
Well, Simmons has been stroking. It's a hard transition to make from junior college to Division I, but remember, he sat out his last year of junior college, so he hadn't played competitive basketball.
Osby the other way, an offensive tip. Fitzgerald won't go, and game speeding up now. Thibodeau into the front court. He also a junior college transfer in his senior season. Young passing up the shot. Simmons driving the double team and gets contact.
Well, Cam Clark just kind of leaks behind, and Blair, not even that great of a pass. I mean, just kind of, you don't have to make a special pass when you have that type of space. You can see Simmons pointing, somebody take my man, somebody take my man. Frankly, I think that was Joseph Young's man. Your point guard, you always have to be, first job is to be back, second job is to stop the ball. You can't do the second job without doing the first.
Changes now for Oklahoma. Barry Honore is coming in to get some action. Tyler Neal wearing number 15 in white.
So much of coaching is about feel. Lon Kruger does not have a great bench, although he's trying to get more and more out of that bench, getting ready for conference play. Tyler Neal has shot the ball well, but 12:40 on the clock. You got an under 12 TV timeout. He wants to get these guys a little up and down, a little sweat going.
Here's Neal, who's fouled on that three-point shot attempt. And he'll get 3 free throws on the Alandis Harris foul.
And Alandis Harris he doesn't have to like the call, but that's a horrible foul. I mean, first, Neal just got into the game, so the likelihood that he's going to catch and shoot an NBA three is not great. Secondly, you see the space that's created. Just go and challenge the shot. Don't foul on a three-point shot.
It's fortunate it didn't go through. Now he's saying maybe it's not such a bad foul.
Oh, good foul, Coach. Good foul.
On the missed free throw, Tyler Neal, who's from here in Oklahoma City, started Putnam City West high school, and getting the minutes Calvin Newell left him after he left the program.
I believe that's the same high school as one Skip Bayless, who couldn't be here tonight because he's on the Tim Tebow bandwagon.
He's in Denver somewhere,
yes.
Right?
These are very simple stats for people to remember at home. Tyler Neal came into the game, 33 shots, 25 threes. What do you think he's looking to do when he comes in the game?
And by the way, that was his first free throw miss of the season. He's been 12 for 12 before going 2 for 3 there. Simmons gets the screen. Kirk Van Slyke holding the ball and now turning it over, just coming into the game. He's their 3rd leading scorer off the bench and turns it over to Oklahoma.
And they've challenged Van Slyke to put the ball on the deck. Maybe now we're seeing why he doesn't put the ball on the deck.
Well, he was recruited by Tom Penders more as a perimeter guy, right? A face-up four.
Yeah.
Here's Neal open for 3 and knocks it down.
And that would be why he was fouled in the previous shot. Nothing wrong with challenging a shot, but you don't foul three-point shoot.
Simmons trying to get Houston going, missing on a 3. Thibodeau tips it out and saves it on the baseline. Nice work by the senior. Oklahoma getting hands all over the place. And now they'll call tied possession. The arrow staying with Houston. Timeout on the floor in Oklahoma City, and the Sooners holding a slim 1-point
lead. You do your thing, leave the rest to us. Ramada Worldwide. Now do your thing for less. Save 20%.
With DirecTV, you can start watching in one room, pause, and continue watching in any other room. Now lock in your price until 2013. Call 1-800-DirecTV.
Road trip, buddy. Let's put some music on.
Welcome to Learning Spanish in the Car.
You gotta be kidding me. This is good.
Vámonos.
Vámonos.
Gracias.
Gracias.
13 horas en el carro sin parar y no traes música. Mira, entra y cómprame unas papitas.
Get up to 795 miles per tank in the all-new Passat TDI Clean Diesel, the 2012 Motor Trend Car of the Year.
Energizer Ultimate Lithium lasts up to 8 times longer versus Energizer Max, which means up to 8 times less waste. Energizer Ultimate Lithium. Now that's positive energy.
Orinoka in studio. We update a game that has now gone final. Number 1 Syracuse visiting NC State. Chris Joseph with a finish. 88-72. Syracuse once trailed by 8, but they stay number 1 and unbeaten. Yes.
Doug, Syracuse doesn't often play non-conference away from home, but they come up with a big win and now maybe stay unbeaten through the new year. We'll see. The Blue Bloods, rather, of college basketball take over ESPNU Monday night, 7 Eastern. Don't miss 5th-ranked North Carolina taking on Nickel State. Then at 9 Eastern, a rematch of the 2008 Elite Eight showdown between Davidson and 12th-ranked Kansas. Then Tuesday, starting at 7 Eastern, 2 of the remaining unbeaten. Number 1 Syracuse, number 4 Louisville. Looking to stay unblemished, part of Holiday Hoops presented by Kay Jewelers. Talked about Syracuse. Louisville put up big points today in their win over Memphis.
Yeah, I don't think they're the 4th best team in the country. I don't think they're close. But, you know, they played one road game at Butler. It was a good win, and they've beaten some good teams at home like Vanderbilt. That'd be a good game against College of Charleston.
And Butler got a nice win today.
Yeah, Butler got a big win.
Yeah.
Last second win over Purdue. Not trying to diminish Louisville. I just, having seen UConn in person, having seen Kentucky and Carolina and Syracuse.
As Thibodeau knocks down the 3.
Watching Ohio State, I don't think Louisville is in that class. I think they're just a notch below.
I think Neal is stepping inches farther every time he shoots the 3. Scramble at the rim and the Oklahoma basket. Do you pay attention to the rankings this early?
No, but I do think that it's so hard to compare teams that aren't playing on the road with teams that are in the unbalanced schedule.
Last touch by Honore. It'll stay with Houston.
Where Honore comes from, taking up space. He normally takes up space in a different way.
Barry Honore, a 6'7" senior. Played his first 2 years at Southern University. Hasn't been seeing a lot of minutes this year, but getting some run here and now headed to the bench.
Perfect sub from Lon Kruger as he tries to get his bench just a minute and a half there. Make sure Fitzgerald is rested.
Van Slyke gets it off the inbound. Tied at 17. Neither team really getting anything consistently going here in the first half of the first half. Simmons coming off a career-high 26 points, knocked away. Van Slyke has it in the corner. And now a tie possession in the possession arrow facing Oklahoma this time.
Not even close to being a good possession. The ball got stuck on one side of the floor, and Simmons kind of felt trapped, but he allowed himself to be trapped by staying on that one side. And Oklahoma had 3 defenders on that strong side of the floor. Now, your defense should always be better in the first half, and then your offense should be better in the second half. You're playing right in front of your coaching staff, especially in an arena like this. It's half full. You get a chance to hear every different defensive adjustment your coaches make.
Fitzgerald on the miss, chased down in the corner. And last touch by Houston off of Young, so it'll stay with the Sooners. Sooners began the game missing their first 6. And they've gone 6 for their last 12 from the field. Nice save by Grooms. Might have been tipped the other way, but Grooms wasn't sure. As we cross 10 minutes to go in this first half in Oklahoma City. Grooms. missing everything on that one. Thompson back in the lineup. Van Slyke can hit from out there, and that's his game. You mentioned it, Doug. He's been a face-up forward, trying to turn him into a post player, but hits from the perimeter.
Yeah, he's not a post player. That's his game. He's the Tyler Neal of their team. He's a little bit bigger than Neal. The big question is, can he defend post, even if he's not going to play in the low post at the offensive end?
And Andrew Fitzgerald now bumping into a double team, and see if they get Harris on that one. Harris came over on the double, and he'll get called with the foul.
Just a very simple flat. It's called a flat ball screen. You don't pick a side. You allow the offensive player to pick a side. A pick and pop. Simmons in the corner because Simmons has hit 6 threes. Oklahoma doesn't help. You don't help. Bang.
Open three. Grooms knocking it in for Oklahoma.
That's big for Grooms. I mean, he just shot a Scud missile up there on his previous possession. He took a jump shot that hit the other side of the backboard. So now Houston's saying, look, we know he wasn't a scorer. We don't think he can shoot. The ability to just knock down open three-point shots always keeps the defense honest.
Nice pass into Harris, who puts it in. Great bullet feed by Jonathan Simmons.
Is Scud missile too much of a data reference?
It might be for some of our audience. Okay. The early 90s reference. Yeah. By the way, Grooms was 4 for 14 from 3 before that shot. And now back-to-back threes. First Grooms and now Stephen Pledger.
Not the guy you want to leave open. Stephen Pledger is what you call a no-help off. If you're on the strong side of the floor and you see number 2, you do not help if he's your man.
Back and forth we go here in Oklahoma City. Near turnover. Thompson doing well to fend off Andrew Fitzgerald. Nice pass out to Young. Here's the three. Joseph Young, for those an even older reference. Everyone should know Phi Slamma Jamma, no matter what age you are. But the son of Michael Young, one of the great Houston Cougars of the early 80s. And another three-pointer by Stephen Pledger.
Stephen Pledger, you know, have gun will travel, have three-point shot. We'll take it from deep. Pledger's just got, he's got deep range. He's got the green light, but he always seems to take it in balance.
Carl Blair Jr. on the reach-in. Stephen Pledger 3 for 3 from three-point land. He's 4 for 4, 11 points. The Sooners have hit 5 of 7 from distance. They're up 4. Timeout.
How can power consumption in China impact wool exports from New Zealand, textile production in Spain, and the use of medical technology in the U.S.? At T. Rowe Price, we understand the connections of a complex global economy. It's just one reason over 75% of our mutual funds beat their 10-year Lipper average. T. Rowe Price. Invest with confidence. Request a prospectus or summary prospectus with investment information, risks, fees, and expenses to read and consider carefully before investing.
I found out I had Ewing sarcoma my senior year of high school. It's definitely enhanced my love for the sport because I come from a position where I know what it's like not to be able to play. It's really helped me and helped my drive to be better and play better and just have fun at all times.
Feeling buried by all the piles of paper in your home or office? Maybe it's time you traded in the old filing cabinet for a new office assistant. Meet the Neat Desk Scanner and Organizer, the only scanner that actually thinks while it scans. With Neat Desk, all your important documents can be easily scanned and then organized with the NeatWorks software, so that shoebox full of receipts instantly becomes a manageable expense report. That stack of business cards can go directly into your computer's contact list. Virtually any piece of paper automatically becomes a searchable document that you can find with a simple keyword. And here's the best part. If you call or visit us at tryneat.com right now, you can use the Neat Desk or the amazing Neat Portable Scanner for 30 days absolutely free. That's right, you'll have 1 full month to enjoy a paper-free lifestyle absolutely free. That's how confident we are that you'll love your Neat Organizer. So give us a call or go to tryneat.com for your 30-day trial and say goodbye.
In Oklahoma City, the Sooners with a 4-point lead over Houston, and Doug Gottlieb, it's been the three-point shooting that's got him there.
This is a team that shot 35% from 3 last year, shooting 42% from 3 this year. The ball movement is better. The point guard play is better. And when you have both of those setting up jump shots for the likes of Stephen Pledger. Watch out, because he has deep range. But he's not the only one. Neal is a face-up 4, shooting threes. Carl Blake